slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city. I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my...
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Aldrich Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go. And here we go from MetLife Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second down, here's Fournette. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Bortles going to throw. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
372. Lucy, 380.
Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. On 1st down, Bortles. Moncrief brings it in. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
372.
Now Bortles again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. In the Week 2 game at Dallas, Saquon Barkley didn't really have much room to run. 11 carries, 28 yards.
And what they've been emphasizing with him is that every carry does not have to be a spectacular play. Remember Week 1 against Jacksonville? That 68-yard weaving, cutting, twisting run for a touchdown? They don't all have to be that. They need those tough, gritty yards. There's just nowhere to run against Dallas. But he did catch 14 passes, but only for 80 yards in that game.
Those 14 catches, though, a Giants team record. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, it's Manning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, D.J. Hayden. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now Manning throwing on second down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Zebra.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They do go for it. It's Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Cameron Moore had the tackle. Played his college ball at Boston College. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Here we go. So right.
On second down, here's Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
372. 380.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Steps away to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now out come the Giants. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 62 yards. Into the red zone now. Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Working from the gun, Manning. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Puts this one through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Spread right, 72. Check, green 80. 11B. Green inside.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Here we go. 372. Set. 380. 380.
Here's Bortles to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Olivier Vernon with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Forced out to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
Well, with that incompletion, you got to talk about the ties that we've seen in weeks 1 and 2. Everyone was talking about the Steelers-Browns week 1, Charles, but week 2 we saw another. The game that you had, Vikings and Packers.
Yeah, and do you know something? They tied at 29. You know, it's the first time teams have tied with the score of 29-29 in NFL history, so another little oddity that you throw in there. But I think the common characteristic between the Vikings-Packers and the Steelers-Browns from week 1, kicking. The kicking game got both games and really affected in a big way. The Browns could have won, had a field goal blocked. The Vikings could have won. Their field goal kicker missed 3. And Mason Crosby, the Packers, made 1. But the Vikings had called timeout. He had to do it again, and he missed. So there you go. 2 ties in the first 2 weeks.
First time that's happened since 1971.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On first down, Manning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A handoff to Fournette. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Bortles now on first down. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
380.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags have taken the early lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for that. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, thanks for turning into the frame, man. It is what it is. Thanks for turning in. A lifetime on forward.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler. He's the one that finally runs him down, and that is a big, big loss. 18 yards.
I'm not taking no L's today.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. And Bortles going to sneak it. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Blake Bortles with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He may try and run for this. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him over-reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
On second down, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. Well, taking a glance across the NFL through 2 weeks of the season, you've got quite a few teams that are winless, which obviously makes sense 2 weeks in, but the John Gruden era not off to the best start there at 0-2, Charles.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, Brandon. I mean, the Raiders, I believe this is the 15th time in franchise history they've started 0-2. None of the previous 14 times have they started 0-2 and made the playoffs. So the John Gruden era, not off to the start they're looking for, but I do think they're going to improve during the year. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. They might make a little bit of history with their franchise. I think the Steelers and the Browns at 0-1-1, it's an odd record, but the Browns actually feel halfway decent about it if they can fix their kicking. The Steelers, utterly disappointed they're 0-1-1.
Yeah, but the Browns, you're right, they could very easily be 2-0 right now. Throwing on first down is Bortles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. On first down, Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
11.
Bortles to throw once more. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Perry in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Bortles. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Lambo on for the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 57 yards. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Here's a give to Fournette. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Leonard Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at US.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
11. 372. I'll go. 3 and 10.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Jaguars continue to roll. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Bortles now on 1st down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville 1st.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
His throw caught about the 5. He got 29 yards that time.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the time they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
He'll get it up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. From the gun, it's Bortles. Buying time to his left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They come up in an offset eye.
Hank.
Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one.
Bortles going to look to throw. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Clay Matthews not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete there. a nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Lucy.
Now Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Bortles now on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very solid gain of 27. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Bortles steps away to his left, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Lambo on for the extra point. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will extend this big lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
They gon' let me in this. Real day one.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Shit, chillin', man. Got the whooping this nigga ass in this Madden. Yeah. Well, this nigga here don't never want to give a nigga no props, boy. Yeah. Already. What, this Madden? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what it do. I ain't been on Ace 1 today. Hell, I got some solo challenges. I think I'm finna get them. I'm gonna play one more Madden, though. Shit, I'm on this shit for right now. Yeah. Already. Yeah, man, shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go knock me a couple of solos real quick.